When men cross into their 50s, one of the most common questions I hear in the clinic is this: why don't set I wake up with the same kind of morning erections I used to have? Now, you may think this is just about sex, but here's the truth. Those spontaneous early morning erections are actually one of the most reliable health markers a man has. They reflect not just testosterone and vascular health, but also sleep quality, nerve integrity, and even the way your pelvic floor muscles are functioning. When they begin to fade, men often feel anxious, embarrassed, or even broken. But you need to hear this clearly. Your body isn't broken, it's simply giving you signals that deserve attention. Studies show that more than 50% of men over the age of 50 experience some degree of erectile change. This isn't about failure, and it isn't about aging making you less of a man. It's about physiology, circulation, and hormones shifting with time, and the good news is there are safe, natural, science-backed ways to support and even restore that function. In today's conversation, we're going to explore a powerful but often overlooked nightly ritual, the use of a specific natural powder before bed, and how it can dramatically improve blood flow, hormone balance, and morning erections. But before we get there, I want to make sure you fully understand the why behind the changes you may be noticing. Because when you understand what's happening inside your body, you can respond with clarity and confidence rather than fear or shame. Here's steps what we shall cover together. Why morning erections matter far beyond the bedroom. The hidden role of sleep, hormones, and circulation in sexual health. A myth-busting look at low testosterone and what SEP's really going on. The pelvic floor, SIP's surprising role in erectile rigidity. The research behind a specific nutrient-rich powder that supports nitric oxide, blood vessels, and morning wood. And finally, how to incorporate this into a bedtime routine that enhances not just erections, but overall vitality. So let's break this down without judgment, without myths, just truth and empowerment. You deserve to feel informed, respected, and in control of your body. And remember, whether you're 35, 55, or 75, it's never too late to reclaim your confidence and sexual health. Let's start with the big picture. Morning erections, or what doctors call nocturnal penile tumescence, are not random. They're actually a physiologic event that happens in healthy men multiple times per night, usually during REM sleep, the deepest, most restorative phase of sleep. Think of it like this. Your body runs a nightly systems check. During REM, your brain is processing memory, your heart rate is steady, your muscles are relaxed, and your nervous system sends signals to the penis that cause several spontaneous erections. This isn't necessarily sexual, it's a vascular workout, a way to keep the smooth muscle of the penis oxygenated and healthy. When those erections stop showing up, or when they become consistently weak, that's often the first clue that something in the system isn't working as well as it should. And I want you to hear this. It doesn't necessarily mean your testosterone is gone or that you're destined for erectile dysfunction. It just means there's something to pay attention to, and it's worth looking deeper. Studies from leading urology journals have shown that men with consistent morning erections tend to have healthier blood pressure, lower risk of cardiovascular disease, and better testosterone levels. In fact, some cardiologists now ask their patients about morning erections as part of assessing heart health. Why? Because the penile arteries are much smaller than the coronary arteries, meaning they'll show signs of vascular trouble years before you ever have chest pain or other symptoms. Let's bust a common myth. Many men assume that losing morning erections is just a normal part of aging. While it is common, affecting more than half of men over 50, it's not inevitable. It's often reversible because it's driven by modifiable factors: blood sugar control, blood pressure, sleep quality, stress hormones, and pelvic muscle tone. Here's an analogy I share with my patients. Imagine your erection as a team effort between 3 players: hormones, blood flow, and nerves. If even one player is sluggish, the entire team's performance drops. But when you strengthen each player, improve circulation, optimize testosterone production, and keep your nerves firing well, the team can win again. So what can you do right now if you've noticed your morning erections are weaker or absent? Practical takeaway #1. Track them for a few weeks. Make a simple note each morning, strong, weak, or none. This helps you and your doctor see patterns rather than relying on memory. Practical takeaway #2. Start thinking about your nighttime habits. Are you staying up late scrolling your phone, drinking alcohol most nights, sleeping poorly? These factors may be the real cause, and they're fixable. The key message here, morning erections are not just about sexual readiness. They're your body's way of saying, I'm well rested, my blood vessels are open, and my hormones are in balance. When they start to fade, it's not a reason for shame. It's an invitation to take a closer look at your health and make small changes that can have a big payoff. And this is where our next step becomes crucial, because sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's literally where your testosterone is made and where these erections are triggered. So let's talk about what happens at night and why fixing your sleep may be one of the fastest ways to get those morning erections back. If there's one thing I wish every man over 50 understood, it's this: your testosterone is made while you sleep, not at the gym, not during your morning coffee. During deep, restorative sleep, specifically during the early cycles when your brainwaves slow down and your pituitary gland signals your testes to produce testosterone. Research shows that men who get less than 5 hours of sleep per night have on average testosterone levels comparable to men 10-15 years older. That means chronic late nights, poor quality sleep, or waking multiple times through the night can literally age your hormonal system overnight. Think of sleep like a factory shift. When you go to bed on time, the testosterone factory gets a full night to do its job. If you cut sleep short, you've just fired half the workers and shut down production early. By the time morning comes, there's simply not enough hormone circulating to trigger those strong nocturnal erections. But testosterone isn't the only player. Deep sleep also regulates cortisol, your stress hormone. High nighttime cortisol acts like a brake on sexual function. If you're constantly stressed, overthinking, or even just using screens late at night, you may be unknowingly spiking cortisol right when your body is supposed to be winding down. This throws off the delicate hormonal rhythm needed for healthy erections. Here's another fascinating piece. REM sleep, the dream stage, is when most nocturnal erections occur. If your sleep is fragmented by alcohol, late-night caffeine, sleep apnea, or bathroom trips, you may not be getting enough REM to complete that nightly vascular workout we talked about earlier. So how can you optimize this? Practical takeaway #1, protect your sleep window. Aim for 7-8 hours in bed consistently, going to sleep and waking up at the same time each day. Men who keep a regular schedule have more predictable testosterone rhythms and stronger morning erections. Practical takeaway #2, create a wind down routine, dimming lights, reducing screen time an hour before bed, and doing a few minutes of deep breathing or gentle stretching can signal your brain that it's safe to switch into recovery mode. Practical takeaway #3, pay attention to nighttime urination. If you're waking up multiple times to pee, this can break your sleep cycles and rob you of REM. Talk to your doctor about prostate health or bladder habits. If this is an issue, it's a very common but fixable reason for disrupted sleep and weaker erections. Remember, you can't supplement your way out of chronic sleep deprivation. Even the best powder, pill, or hormone therapy won't work if you don't fix the foundation, which is high-quality, regular, deep sleep. If this resonates with you, drop a comment. You're not alone. Many men think they just need more testosterone, but often what they really need is better sleep hygiene and stress regulation. When sleep improves, testosterone naturally rises, and morning erections often return within weeks. Now that we've built the foundation with sleep and hormones, let's talk about the next major pillar, your blood flow, because erections at their core are a vascular event. And understanding how to improve blood vessel health can transform not just your erections, but your heart health and energy levels as well. Erections are first and foremost a blood flow event. When you're aroused or when your nervous system triggers nocturnal erections, tiny blood vessels inside the penis relax, allowing blood to rush in. This process is powered by a remarkable molecule called nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as your body's natural open sesame signal for blood vessels. When it's released, the smooth muscles of your penile arteries relax, blood flow increases, and the chambers of the penis fill and trap blood, creating rigidity. Without adequate nitric oxide, the process becomes sluggish, and so do your erections. Here's where things get interesting. Nitric oxide production declines with age. By the time most men are in their 50s or 60s, their ability to produce this molecule has dropped significantly. Add to this common vascular issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, or elevated cholesterol, which damage the delicate lining of blood vessels, and you have a perfect storm for weaker erections. But here's the good news. Your blood vessels are incredibly responsive to lifestyle changes. In fact, studies show that within just a few weeks of improving diet, exercise, and stress management, endothelial function, that's the health of the blood vessel lining, can significantly improve. Imagine your arteries like a garden hose. Over time, plaque buildup and inflammation make the hose stiffer and narrower. But when you eat foods rich in antioxidants, get regular exercise, and support nitric oxide production, it's like turning a stiff, kinked hose back into a flexible one, allowing water, or in this case, blood, to flow freely again. Practical takeaway #1, move your body daily. Even a brisk 20-minute walk improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and helps your arteries respond better to nitric oxide. Practical takeaway #2, eat for your endothelium. Dark leafy greens, beets, pomegranate, citrus, and foods high in flavonoids can boost nitric oxide naturally. Limiting processed foods, excess sugar, and trans fats reduces inflammation and keeps those blood vessels supple. Practical takeaway #3, manage metabolic health. Elevated blood sugar and insulin resistance are silent erection killers because they damage small blood vessels first, including those in the penis. If you've never checked your fasting glucose or A1C, ask your doctor about it. Let's bust another myth. Many men think they need a little blue pill as soon as they notice weaker erections. Pills like that work by enhancing nitric oxide's effect, but if your body isn't making enough nitric oxide to begin with, the results will be limited. That's why building up natural nitric oxide production through diet and lifestyle can often make those medications more effective or even unnecessary. When you focus on circulation, you're not just improving erections, you're protecting your heart, brain, and overall vitality. It's one of the most powerful investments you can make in your health. And here's where things get really exciting. Certain natural compounds have been shown to significantly boost nitric oxide levels, especially when taken in the evening. That's what we'll explore when we get to the powder later on. But before we go there, we need to talk about a hidden but often overlooked factor in erectile strength: your pelvic floor. Most men don't think about their pelvic floor until something goes wrong, like urinary leakage, pelvic pain, or erectile changes. But these muscles are quietly doing essential work every single day. They sit like a hammock at the base of your pelvis, supporting your bladder, rectum, and prostate. And when it comes to erections, they are far more important than most people realize. During an erection, blood flows into the penis and fills the erectile chambers. But in order to stay hard, that blood has to be trapped inside. And this is where the pelvic floor muscles come in. Two key muscles, the bulbospongiosus and ischiocavernosus, contract during sexual arousal and even during nocturnal erections. They act like a natural pump, compressing the veins that would normally let blood escape, keeping the penis firm. When these muscles are weak, uncoordinated, or chronically tense, the trap doesn't work as well. The result: softer erections, shorter duration, or difficulty maintaining firmness through the night. Here's the good news. Just like any other muscle group, your pelvic floor can be trained. In fact, studies have shown that men who do targeted pelvic floor muscle training can see significant improvements in erection hardness and control, often in as little as 8-12 weeks. Think of it like strengthening the foundation of a house. If the base is solid, everything built on top becomes more stable. When your pelvic floor is strong and responsive, you can trap more blood, improve rigidity, and even enhance orgasm control. Practical takeaway hash 1. Learn to locate your pelvic floor muscles. The easiest way is to try stopping the flow of urine midstream. Those are the muscles you want to engage. But don't practice this repeatedly during urination. It's just a one-time test. Practical takeaway hash 2. Practice daily contractions. Tighten those muscles as if you're trying to lift your scrotum upward. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax for 5 seconds. Repeat 10-15 times, once or twice a day. Over time, increase your hold duration and add quick pulses to build strength and speed. Practical takeaway hash 3. Don't overdo it. A tight, overworked pelvic floor can lead to pain or difficulty relaxing during sex. The goal is balance, strength with the ability to fully relax afterward. And here's something encouraging. Pelvic floor training works at any age. Whether you're 40, 60, or 75, improving the function of these muscles can give you a noticeable boost in erection quality and confidence. If this is new to you, you might be feeling a little skeptical, but remember, this is the same principle physical therapists use to help women after childbirth and men after prostate surgery, and it works. If this is resonating, subscribe if you want more clarity without medical jargon. Most men have never been taught that their pelvic floor even exists, let alone how to train it, and reclaiming this part of your body can be a game changer. Now that we've covered hormones, blood flow, and pelvic muscle strength, we can finally talk about the secret weapon we teased earlier, a simple, natural powder you can take before bed that supports nitric oxide production, circulation, and erection quality. This is where science meets practical action. Now we come to the part many of you have been waiting for, the nightly powder that can help bring back those strong, healthy morning erections. But before we talk about what it is, we need to understand why it works. The key is nitric oxide, the same molecule we talked about earlier. Your body needs raw materials to make nitric oxide, and one of the most important is an amino acid called L-citrulline. It's naturally found in foods like watermelon, beets, and certain leafy greens. When you consume L-citrulline, your body converts it to L-arginine, which then fuels nitric oxide production. Taking a powder rich in L-citrulline before bed can boost this process at night, when your body is already primed for repair and recovery. This helps your blood vessels relax, improve circulation, and sets the stage for those nocturnal erections to come back stronger. Here's the fascinating part. Studies show that men who supplement with L-citrulline can see noticeable improvements in erection hardness scores within a few weeks. And because it works with your body's natural pathways rather than forcing blood flow like medications, it tends to feel more natural and have fewer side effects. But it's not just about the amino acids. Many high-quality powders also include antioxidants like pomegranate extract or beetroot powder, which protect the delicate endothelial cells lining your blood vessels. Think of antioxidants like rust protectors for your arteries. They reduce inflammation and keep blood flowing smoothly. Taking this powder at night is particularly helpful because your blood pressure naturally dips at night, which can enhance absorption. Your testosterone production is at its peak during sleep, so you're stacking the deck for optimal hormonal and vascular function. You're not competing with large meals or caffeine that might blunt the effect. Practical takeaway hash 1. Choose a clean, science-backed formula with L-citrulline or beetroot as the main ingredient. Avoid products overloaded with sugar or artificial sweeteners. Practical takeaway hash 2. Take it consistently. Most men see the best results after 4-6 weeks of nightly use. Consistency is key, just like any other health habit. Practical takeaway hash 3. Pair it with your sleep routine, mix it into water or a caffeine-free herbal tea about 30-60 minutes before bed as part of your nightly ritual. This not only boosts nitric oxide, but also signals your brain that it's time to wind down. Let's bust a myth here. Some men worry that using a supplement like this means they're cheating or becoming dependent. That's simply not true. You're just giving your body the building blocks it needs to function the way it did when you were younger. Think of it like putting premium fuel in your car. It runs more smoothly, but you're still driving. The goal here is not just to chase stronger erections, is to restore vascular health, improve energy, and boost confidence. And when you combine this nightly powder with the sleep, lifestyle, and pelvic floor work we've already discussed, you create a powerful synergy that transforms not just your sexual health, but your overall vitality. Next, we'll tie it all together in a practical nightly routine so you know exactly how to build this into your life in a way that's simple, sustainable, and effective. Now that we've explored hormones, blood flow, pelvic floor strength, and the science behind this nitric oxide boosting powder, let's put it all together into a nightly ritual you can realistically follow. Think of this as your maintenance plan for erections, energy, and overall health. First, let's just remember your body loves rhythm. It performs best when it knows what to expect, when to release hormones, when to wind down, when to repair. A consistent evening routine creates that rhythm. Here, Sips, how to build yours. Step 1, set a consistent bedtime. Aim to get to bed at roughly the same time every night, ideally before midnight. Your testosterone production peaks in the first part of the night. So if you regularly stay up past 1 a.m., you're missing your most productive hormone window. Step 2, power down stress and screens. 1 hour before bed, dim the lights, turn off bright screens, and switch from stimulating activities to calming ones. Blue light from phones and TVs suppresses melatonin, your sleep hormone, which can delay REM sleep, the very stage where nocturnal erections occur. Try reading a book, taking a warm shower, or doing a few minutes of deep breathing. Step 3, take the powder. About 30-60 minutes before sleep, mix your nitric oxide, supporting powder, L-citrulline, or beetroot base with a glass of water or a warm caffeine-free tea. This becomes a ritual, a signal to your brain and body that the recovery process is starting. Step 4, gentle pelvic floor activation. Right before bed, do 1 round of pelvic floor contractions, 10 slow squeezes holding for 3-5 seconds each, with equal rest between. Think of it like priming a pump. This activates blood flow and reminds those muscles to do their job overnight. Step 5, create a sleep-friendly environment. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Consider blackout curtains or a white noise machine if you're a light sleeper. If you snore or wake frequently, consider getting screened for sleep apnea. Untreated apnea can crush testosterone and eliminate morning erections altogether. Step 6, wind down mentally. Stress is one of the most potent erection killers. If your mind races at night, try journaling for 5 minutes, jotting down tomorrow's tasks so your brain can let them go. Pair this with slow, deep breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, exhale for 6. This shifts your nervous system into rest and repair mode. Step 7, protect your sleep window. Commit to 7-8 hours of sleep, even if you think you can get by on less. Remember, those last 2 hours of sleep are often when your longest REM cycles occur, which means they're when most of your nocturnal erections happen. This routine is not about perfection. You don't need to hit every step every single night. The goal is consistency over time, training your body to expect recovery, hormone production, and vascular repair every evening. Within 4-6 weeks, many men report stronger morning erections, better energy, and even improved mood. And because this plan supports your entire cardiovascular and hormonal system, you're also protecting your long-term health, reducing risks of heart disease, diabetes, and metabolic decline. If you've been feeling discouraged, remember this: your body is capable of healing at any age. It just needs the right signals and a little bit of consistency to do its job. Now let's bring it all home with a powerful conclusion, a recap of the key truths we've covered, and one small actionable step you can take tonight to start moving towards stronger erections and better vitality. We've covered a lot today, and I want you to take a deep breath and let this sink in. Your body is not broken. What you're experiencing is common, understandable, and most importantly, modifiable. Morning erections aren't just about sex. They are a nightly status report from your nervous system, your hormones, and your blood vessels. When they start to fade, it's not a sign of weakness or inevitable decline. It's your body whispering, I need a tune-up. And now you know exactly how to give it one. Here sets what we learned together. Morning erections are a vital sign, a reflection of vascular health, testosterone balance, and deep sleep quality. Deep, consistent sleep is where testosterone is made and nocturnal erections are triggered. Protecting your sleep is the foundation for healthy sexual function. Blood flow is everything. Supporting nitric oxide production through diet, movement, and lifestyle changes restores circulation and strengthens erections. Your pelvic floor is a natural pump that helps you maintain firmness, and like any muscle, it can be trained for better performance. A simple natural nightly powder with ingredients like L-citrulline or beetroot can boost nitric oxide levels, improving vascular health and setting you up for stronger erections. A consistent bedtime routine, reducing stress, optimizing sleep, and pairing the powder with gentle pelvic floor activation creates a powerful habit loop that supports sexual vitality long term. Here's a small, powerful change you can start tonight. Create a bedtime ritual that includes mixing your powder, dimming the lights, and doing one set of pelvic floor contractions before bed. That single commitment signals to your body, I am prioritizing recovery. Over time, that consistency compounds and the results speak for themselves. Let's also take a moment to release the shame around this conversation. So many men suffer in silence, thinking they're the only ones, but you are not alone. Over half of men over 50 will experience changes in their erections, and most never get clear, compassionate guidance on what to do about it. You deserve clarity. You deserve to feel confident in your body, and you deserve to know that improving your erections isn't just about intimacy, it's about protecting your heart, your brain, and your future health. So tonight, make yourself a priority. Close the laptop a little earlier, mix up that drink, take 3 slow breaths, and know that every step you take to support your body brings you closer to waking up feeling restored, confident, and ready to start your day with strength. Stay curious, stay informed, and know that your body is worthy of care. If this conversation helped you, like this video and subscribe for grounded, judgment-free education on men's and women's health. And if you've been struggling with this quietly, leave a comment. You might be surprised how many men are walking the same path and finding real solutions. Because you deserve truth, not shame, and together we can make that the new normal.